Our amygdala works so hard to keep us safe. And sometimes her intentions and her drives can seem so unknowable, hidden to us, and deeply, deeply counterintuitive. The wonderful thing about the human brain is that we can start to tap into the unknowable through a variety of different ways. We talk a lot about the opportunities in the havening touch and down regulating the mind body system electrochemically in order to open up our mind to new experiences. In many respects, this is a little bit like Freud's work on steroids, that allowance for the brain to flow wherever it needs to go and free associate the most critical information. And sometimes we like to have something a little bit more concrete to help us link into the types of understandings and awarenesses that we want more of. One of my favorite tools for doing this is the dominant, non-dominant hand writing exercise. It allows us to communicate in some respects with what one might call the unconscious, to open up our brain to experiences and feeling states, to thoughts that flow through us, but we have a more difficult time accessing because our dominant thought processes, often driven by those fundamental survival factors, are running the show. So what does this look like? It's fundamentally a conversation that we're having with our own brain. We use our dominant hand. I'm right-handed, so my dominant hand would open up a question. In this series, we've been exploring the idea of resistance and what are the roadblocks or the barriers that our amygdala throws in our way that prohibit us from making the types of changes we would like in our world. So our dominant hand would say, in some version of this, hey, why are you getting in my way? Or hopefully we're being a little bit more loving and kind to ourselves and saying, hey, I understand that perhaps you're trying to protect me, and can you help me understand, brain, what is happening for you? The non-dominant hand then picks up the pen and responds and starts to reply from whatever feeling state or experience that arises. It can be very, very uncomfortable unless you're ambidextrous, which this might feel very comfortable for you then. But if you're not ambidextrous, then this can feel uncomfortable and put us automatically into a state of vulnerability, as well as a different exploration of openness. Through utilizing our dominant automatic behavioral patterns and disrupting them with our unknown or novel behavioral patterns, we start to create a dialogue within the mind-body system. The dominant hand is asking questions, ideally from a state of curiosity and loving care, and those questions are being answered by our non-dominant hand. And those questions may be answered from very young parts of us, from the experiences of where those core values that we talk about with the amygdala were originally encoded. They may come back with some other feelings about anger or frustration or shame. And the conversation is allowed to unfold and flow within us. The initial conversations in doing this exercise can feel a little stilted or perhaps manufactured. And if you have that experience, you're not alone. The opportunity here is to stick with it, to allow your mind and your body to try on a novel experience, to open up new neural pathways that perhaps have been tucked away or delinked or not connected to for quite some time. Remember, as children, we are learning about the world around us. We are exploring and developing a sense of self. And this allows us to tap into some of those earlier learning experiences and to create a new opportunity to deepen our relationship with who we are and how we came to be. So give it a try. I'd love to hear how it goes. Post your comments in the notes, and happy journaling and dialoguing with your own inner world.